stars for a constellation. Exactly. If I'm quite honest, I'm surprised you know about all this. I'm pretty well versed in, not the occult. Makes it sound like a heretic. But not esoteric either. A lot of people know this stuff. Just superstitious.
Could you show me how to do it?
Sure. She like slides over the cup. So it needs to be a full cup of tea.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously there needs to be the leaves and the stem in it. So all you need to know for this, she points at the cup, is that as long as the tea is hot and there's a stem that rises to the surface, look at your cups, there's nothing there. The stem will tell you if there's an opportunity there. And then from here, she looks down into it. It's a sort of a spur of the moment thing, I'm afraid, so it might be a bit inaccurate right now.
Sure.
As accurate as reading fucking tea can be. But it's essentially wherever the tea flows and settles when you first notice the bulb and stem. If the tea is still moving, then that's what indicates something. If the tea is already settled, that indicates a different thing. And then the pattern at which it settles and the pattern at which it flows tells you different things. So she looks at it right now. Right now, with the tea leaves all settled and this little stem bulbing up and down, she like squints her eyes and tries to because it's not like don't wrong. Tea is relatively opaque. Yeah, tea is relatively opaque, but it's also like you're trying to fucking read where tea leaves fall. It's a bit vague in terms of where they fall. And now is the fun part. Okay.
What are you doing?
Okay, that's a 20 on a
devious
D100.
little fella. Oh shit, nice.
That's a good number.
That is a good number. But is it good enough?
It's telling me that she squints her eyes like is that really it? Again, it might be inaccurate, but the tea leaves are saying that someone lost will be found soon.
Looks over to Silas's family. I think a tea might be late by a few hours.
That or it's predicting someone else.
Who else could be lost?
Lonan shrugs. Don't know. Certainly not related to me. Everyone I know is sort of not around anymore. Aside from, she gestures with her thumb at the other room, the fitting matchers, and all of you.
Alright. Okay, so... the Oriana's cup doesn't have a little stem in it or anything, does it?
No.
Shit.
Neither yours nor America's has the indication that an omen is ready.
Damn, and you can't force one of those.
In theory, you can. You just have to keep drinking tea and keep pouring it.
Come on. I need a pee so bad.
Yeah. Me after I go to dim sum with my family. No, it's actually really weird. I don't know. It's because the times my family wants to get dim sum, the few times in my life that we just, or my bad, there's more than a few times, but very rarely these days. They always want to fucking go in the morning.
Why?
And I'm not hungry in the morning. So when I go to dim sum, I eat very little and just drink a fucking bunch of tea. I'm talking I cook pots by myself.
Oh Jesus!
Luckily the tea's free. It was so much that the last time my grandparents were here, which is years ago, a couple years ago, oh maybe more than a couple, we went and then my grandpa pointed at me and said something. I can't understand him unfortunately, and I was like, "What'd he say?" And my aunt who was there was like, "Oh, he's saying you're like an old person." And I'm like, what do you mean? It's like, oh, because old people in China will go to tea shops and sit there and drink tea for fucking hours. and you're drinking a lot of tea right now. So you're like an old person. I'm like, thanks, Grandpa. Unjokingly thanks, because I'm just like, I don't give a fuck.
You're an old soul.
Hey, your grandpa. He gets it. He gets it.
Yeah.
Get the tea.
Neither of my grandparents are the tea shop sort of people, by the way. So I'm assuming they don't really care too much for it. But yeah. So in theory, you could just drink a lot of tea and keep pouring until one shows up.
That's what she's gonna do. I say that only semi-sarcastically. Because she wants to,
any
she wants to try this out. But she obviously needs a teacup that works, so she's She's going to ask Erica for more tea after she drinks this. It's like, I want to try this. I want to try this. This is weird and interesting to you.
Okay.
I want to try this.
Roll me a charisma check. This isn't related to drinking tea. That would be pretty weird, a charisma check for drinking tea.
I charmed the
you
leaf
could
juice.
fail. I could just, you could be like an asshole in drinking tea and like be super loud and obnoxious about it. I don't know.
Glug, glug, glug.
Okay. Yeah, so you like make like you when you just like begin not chugging, but you slam this tea like many people have apparently done in this kitchen recently.
It's whiskey
you
or tea.
slam
Those are
this
two things you
tea,
slam.
you slam this tea, and then you're just like, I want to do this. Like it sounds like fun, and you're interested in it, so I want to learn it. And like Lana just sort of looks at you for a sec, and Marika's already beginning to pour you another cup of tea, and she has this like smile on her face, and you're just like, hi.
Ah. Ah! Showing interest in your significant other's stuff.
It's usually good advice to be interested in your significant other's hobbies and passions. Yes.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Imagine.
So roll me. So here's actually. So
The
I actually
D100.
did. This is actually based on something I made many iterations back. I'm not joking.
Really?
Yes, because someone wanted to make a superstitious character. It does not use the same style. I revised it. But it was based originally out of that. Roll me a D100 on a 50 and below. A stem will appear.
Don't. Okay. I don't.
So it's 1 and 2. It's like 50-50 if a stem
Yeah,
appears
it's
or not.
50-50.
And then after that is another D100 roll to see how good or bad the open is.
I
Oh
have
my god.
One small thing of a maybe. Okay. I
Yeah,
don't
that's
think
cool.
the maybe I was thinking of was gonna adjust this. I don't
No,
think she.
Another cup is poured and there is no bobbing stem, I'm afraid. Lauren just sort of looks at the cup as like it gets finished being poured and just sort of giggles or something. And like she stops at that. She's never giggled before, so it's a different body
First-
type for giggling.
Okay. The more cups of tea I have to drink, the more clown makeup I have to put on later. I'm just she's gonna drink that, and
Did you drink it again?
she's going for another one. She wants it to work.
You go for another one.
She'll make herself look like a fucking clown.
I speak from experience when I say this. Oriana is going to need to pee.
Oh, she
yeah, 100%.
fully accepted that. Immediately after this conversation, like, cool. I didn't go to the bathroom for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, so
Okay.
29. You pour it this time, and one actually does appear. Like as everything begins like settling, quote unquote settling, this one's a bit longer than Lauren's. Begins bobbing up and down. Roll me another D100 as Lauren begins to read the fortune of it.
She looks genuinely excited. Okay. Here's a weird thing. That's a weird thing. No, if it was America, it'd be a possibility. Because she tried to put like key into this to try and maybe not affect the outcome, but I don't know. I guess affect the outcome.
Feel the outcome?
I would say no. If you were a different type of monk, I would say yes, but you're
Right.
Kensei, so no.
Such as I don't know, whatever America.
Yeah,
is
some
with
sort of
staples.
water-based monk or something. Yeah, that's
Wild
actually now that,
concept.
as you've been like, man, I wish I could manipulate this
Hold
That
on.
teapot has been there for a while. It's still steaming.
She looks at the cup, looks at America, looks at the tea, looks back to America.
She quirks an eyebrow. I got the idea after seeing Vincent and Zol talking. They were. She like gets like I can't believe I'm going to say this. Trying to freeze a glass with her mind and hands.
Okay, that sounds dumb, but did it work?
I think Vincent was able to do it rather easily, considering he's the Winter Court Knight. Zol, last I saw him, was trying to do it with his mind. Lottie just goes. I'm sure that'll work out splendidly.
One day, or he'll give himself a migraine. One or the other. I mean, it can't be as bad as the time he tried to do advanced math. Roll. 2! What does 2 mean?
What does 2 mean? Let me check the chart. It's been a while.
Oh boy. That's a low number.
That's
Good luck.
a
Oh
terrifying
wait, no, I
roll.
can't use the chart anymore. It doesn't translate to D100s. Fuck. Okay, that's fine. Forgot about that part. Yeah. So what does 2 mean? What does 2 mean? Yeah. So like, Lana is reading it, and she is describing how she reads it. I'm not going to go into the other details of how to fucking read tea, most because
Right.
half of this is fictitious. There actually is a tea reading practice out there, but half of this is not due to that.
Yeah, there are many.
Yeah. Which is why I can do what I want. But yeah, Lana is describing how she's reading the tea leaves, where they settle. It's actually rather, I want to say scientific, because there's technically nothing scientific about this. If anything, the rules of science and physics and aquadynamics or hydrodynamics would break this. But she essentially describes it like, depending on the quadrant it's in, that determines the
Methodology kind of thing.
like the mood, the energy that's in it. So like the more tea leaves are in the top left quadrant, then that's like bad, versus like the top right quadrant is good, and da 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 da. There's like this weird systematic approach to it, surprisingly. But a 2, she just looks at it, and as she finishes describing it, so this one's saying that a great mystery is underway and will be solved soon. No, mystery is not the right word. It's enigma.
Oriana doesn't know how to. Oriana doesn't know how to feel. I think there's a bit of concern and a weird level of relief from hearing that.
Lana sits back down because you have to like lean over the cup to look directly
Yeah.
down into it. She sits back down and sees that you're like in this sort of like contemplative state. I wouldn't put too much stake in it, Oriana. It's just superstition.
Yes, well, people use superstition for very tilts the cup to look at it. Interesting things lately. Just takes a sip. Very, very powerful things. But regardless.
I think I'd put more stock on runes and magic and stuff like that. Oh, actually, speaking of runes, I was wondering if you could tell us more about it. About these. And she gestures at the runes that she was taught Lana prior. I'm not the best sorcerer, and I'm afraid. Honestly, all I told you and Zol is all I know. You can try asking Tivka, she knows a lot more about it. But Tivka's not exactly the most, talkative. It's not like we have an infinite amount of time here. I'll try to see if I can... I don't know. I'll try to figure something out.
Do you think those Noxalis group might know more? Or at least
I know
people might know more?
I have no fucking clue who they are, really. So
That's a fair point,
maybe.
actually. Right, I forgot I'm like the only one that knows about these kind of people.
Shrugs. There's a lot of great people out there that I don't know. What's another group?
Yeah, fair.
Honestly, I'm suspect of great people anyways. So what good are they? You want to try another? Or are you trying to save going to the bathroom again?
She is using so much focus to not make her leg do the shaky thing from having to use the bathroom.
It's only been like 10 minutes. The water doesn't process that quickly.
Yeah, that's fair. It's like... Actually, you know what? She's got to do this because she'll leave the chance because that's something new. No. R1D2. If it's green, it's yes. Okay, so she'll do it again. She has a moment of indecision, and it's just like, fuck it, yeah, sure.
Roman Wando.
Yeah. Hoo-ha. Ha-ha? Oh, yeah, that's enough. It does
Luckily, this one's in America's cup, so you don't need to slam another drink to accelerate your alleviation necessity.
Thank God.
Rig the outcome. No, that's not the point. That's not the point, Fred. You're not supposed to rig it.
Get him!
Dwayne.
So yeah, this one gets poured in America's cup. Roman OG 100.
God, there's some just urge in my brain of just like somehow sneak blood into the cup, and it's like that's insane, but don't do that.
That's how you get arrested.
That's how you get super arrested.
75. This once again, London walks you guys through the process. This one, she's a bit more apprehensive, tense, I guess, towards. This is saying. Just going through us. That someone in your midst is not what they seem.
So Zal is actually a genius.
Dunno.
Okay, to be fair, he is quite wise.
Looks, I don't really know your guys' company. People being deceptive. Well, Amber was rather reticent in talking with us, so it wouldn't surprise me if she had some sort of secret.
Most likely. As a kind of like glances over her shoulder, sees Anushka, kind of lowers her voice a little bit. As a side question, Monica, you think Amber's going to just take off again?
That she looks. That is a conversation that requires something stronger than tea, I'm afraid. And I'm not trying to indulge in the same way Zal does.
That's fair. It also kind of cuts London out of the conversation unintentionally, so different time.
I mean, that's perfectly fine by me. I'm not much of a talker.
I picked up on that.
That is rather surprising to hear in a certain regard now, though. What do you mean? Well, you certainly are much more talkative this time we met you than previously. I blame the party. I don't think people would mind if you spoke your mind more, Lonan. I'm sure certain people, looks at you, would rather appreciate it. Maybe. I don't know. So, what exactly is wrong with Amber? She seemed pretty cool. The few times I met her.
It's...
And then she had that big display earlier.
No, she is very competent and deserves that one. I'll give her that one. I don't know. How do you describe the whole thing?
With a lot of context, unfortunately.
Alright.
Tell you what, while you tell Lonan about it, I think I have an idea for something a bit stronger. Or something to help deal with it. Give me a second.
Sure. She kind of quirks
Seize matcha!
Desires matcha.
That thing's still in the back of my car, dude. It's a
Go get your matcha!
It's a sealed container though, so I'm not concerned.
It should be fine, yeah.
Yeah. I should go get it. I was actually like thinking today, I was like, I have no energy drinks. I drank them all last
Matcha
week.
is real good shit.
I know. I drank it a lot back at Happy Lemon. Made a lot of drinks with it. But yeah, she was able to make something. But in the midst of time, yeah. So what do you say? Lon like turns her full attention to you. Also, I'm definitely much more getting into the habit of calling Lonan she and her, so that's good. It's finally clicking in my reptile brain.
Oriana blushes as she has the full undivided attention of her significant other. And realizes that she has been unintentionally inching closer every time that Garth thinks about it.
Actually, wait, hold on. That's a good point. Yeah, hold on. Damn.
Oh, they rolled so poorly.
So anyways.
Oh,
So about that 20.
nice.
Listen, what's the point of having like a really jacked up help action if you can't spam it all the
time? You're like, actually, I decide to roll better.
The man.
Hey, that's my move.
You stole it, you fucking rogue.
Hey. Hey.
You know, so this is a nat 19. So you remember in Spy X Family, like Anya and Damien?
Yeah.
You remember how like Damien sees Anya whenever he fucking looks at her?
Yep. He goes absolutely ballistic.
Like, all like rosy and pretty, even though she's totally like not like that. I'm not saying it's that extreme a margin, but that definitely is that's inciting some butterflies in your stomach.
Oh no, they're hot.
Yeah, like
More than just that.
like London is like not. Oh God, there's what's the fucking? There's like a meme where it's like your significant other is these three things, and it was like hot, cute, and there's like a third one. I don't remember the third one is. London isn't as like is less hot, more cute and I don't remember the third one is. So that's more or less it.
I'm pretty sure it's deadly.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
It's hot, cute, or good grades. It's one of those three.
So Amber, plus hot, down cute, plus deadly. Gotcha. But yeah, so Lon definitely has a cutesy appearance as they beholden you utterly.
Yeah, I think it starts off with the best place is probably to start at the beginning. Sorry,
Was something wrong?
Distract. No, I could definitively say not wrong. Just your face is very distracting in a good way. I came out wrong.
Thanks.
I'm saying you're attractive.
For your persuasion.
Persuasion.
Here's the beautiful thing. How many relationships do you guys think Lawton has been in before?
-1.
Bingo! 9! That's an oof ouchie right there.
I feel that's fitting.
That's an oof ouchie. Here, take this help action.
Watch as it swerves.
If it's worse, that'll be so fucking funny.
It's double.
You get some help. And you get some help.
Add Lawton to this fucking skill monkey thing that you guys can call into like rig rolls. We get Kasai, Lawton, and all the bards, all this shit. Tolis, Varric, all that. So yeah, you say your freaking face is distracting. That can be good way. And Lawton just like eyes shoot back in like surprise. Oh, leans a bit away from you and begins like toying at her hair. Thanks. I think. Your face is distracting effective. Is that a fall for a dialogue option? Or your face is distracting sarcastic?
Your face is distracting. It's a fucking ghoul.
So yeah, now that you two are now like two fucking virgin nerds,
Right, yes. Hold on. We were doing something.
You're telling
Amber,
us. Tell me about Amber.
Yes.
She's not looking at you in the eye right now.
Ariana's. It's a thing of like, you know how you try to like look at someone, but like not 100% make eye contact or make it look like you are.
Through them. I do that all the time at work, bro. Tip: no, don't look at people's lips. That apparently unnerves. Look at a space in between their eyes. That's better.
Oh, like the bridge of the nose.
I mean, it's better to look at them in the eye, but if you can't do that out of awkwardness, then look at a space in between their eyes or their forehead.
They don't deserve me looking in their eyes.
Speaking of out of awkwardness,
I don't have that choice. So I'm talking to fucking George Wilkins.
Yeah, she's just looking through Lana. I definitely remember the name there. And just starts kind of telling. Generally, what? Yeah. Just Amber joined us initially. She was more or less assigned to us by. That's so much more context. We were all brought together by a person trying to achieve peace in the North. To keep that brief, that's basically what they are.
Peace in the North.
Good
know. Luck.
I know.
Good
You've seen us go so swimmingly and so well at it. Wait, no, you haven't.
Aren't you guys a bit far from the North to be achieving peace in it?
Don't remind us. We're really bad at this. Just move forward.
I was sort of hoping that there was just some sort of bargain you're working out with some noble here or something. Wait, so never mind.
Lauren, please. She's chuckling to herself. How nervous and stuff like everything she is saying is completely true, and I hate it.
Just like Amber saying, stuff always comes up.
Yeah, I know. It's just we're really bad at focusing. We came down here for a thing for me, and then it just kind of spiraled. A whole bunch of other things happened. That's not important here, though. What is important is Amber was one of the picks for our group by this person. He gave us 3 options. We said, fuck it, we'll take all 3. Which is where Kasai, Amber, and Lambert came from.
Lambert.
Yeah, you would have seen him.
Was that one?
You would have seen him in some of the meetings. He wore armor all the time. And you could probably pick up on the past tense of the words that I'm saying.
Oh.
During the... Yes.
Sorry.
Don't worry about it. honestly, I think Amber probably took it worse than most of us. But that's beside the point. Well, I guess it actually is entirely the point. We traveled together, did things in the north, fought a fire god versus a tree. Don't worry about that one. And then came down to Duvros. In Duvros, we ended up having 2 fights. The what is the group called? You know, what were they called? Jesus.
I don't know which ones you're talking about right now. So
The party of Fell Gods we were talking about earlier. What the fuck?
I mean,
Auntie Blackreach.
Yeah, that's the name on. I mean, it's not like they have like a name, or like they don't have like a posse name or something like that.
They were just like some cool band or anything.
Yeah.
Chromatic Celebrant.
Yeah.
That's what. Chromatic Celebrant. That's the main one I was trying to remember. It's like when we were fighting like the Chromatic Celebrant in the group. Bleh.
I mean, I guess the cult that the Celebrant has is referred to as the respective sabbaticals. So the one, the green one, but it's not the name of the group of Fell Gods. Yeah.
Yeah. I think she would just mention of just like the that group that we were all tasked with fighting, and you guys ended up fighting. Which one did you end up fighting again? What did you fight?
I mean, we were more tasked on the Chromatic Celebrant,
right?
Which was something considering how there's so many of them.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm surprised I didn't bite the dust there.
That would have been a fucking tragedy. I'm glad you're okay. Sorry. Regardless, I get distracted too easily. We fight that. Lambert falls. Amber is hurt because in the time that we had been traveling, it seems that they had a deeper friendship than I probably even now properly understand.
Roll me a deception.
Deception. One deception.
Lawton isn't actively rolling insight. It's just a point of do you roll that bad, which you do not, fortunately.
Yeah.
Passive insight. Technically, that is a thing. No, I don't think anyone ever fucking uses it. And honestly, I don't think people should. But in this case, I think it's fair.
Yeah. It'd be like passive wisdom or passive perception or passive like investigation kind of things.
Yeah, it's like that. Which passive investigation, I 100% don't think people should use.
Yeah. But yeah. So ever since then, she was. That's generally where they developed that idea of something always comes up that we've mentioned a couple times. We keep finding something to distract ourselves. You pointed out at the beginning how we're pretty far from the north. Yeah. Just something keeps coming up, and she... Selfish is a very charged word for it, but she is that. She is selfish or self-driven. She has her own goals, and we keep getting distracted on our own. So I guess she just probably can't rely on us to help her with hers if we can't even angle our own. So after...
I can respect that. Honestly, I'm sort of the same way. I guess it works out that the rest of the Free Marches and I just are aligned.
True. And that's where Amber clashes with our group of what goals we, as a group, end up aligning on, she typically doesn't. She's chasing after... I don't know if I should mention it because it's her thing.
You don't need to. I can respect people's privacy.
Yeah.
Vatic was like that for me.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, you're just like, oh yeah, Varric totally hyper-analyzed you, so I guess he technically did respect your privacy, but also not.
Respect your privacy by coming in anyways. Right. Yeah, okay. I'll keep Amber's thing simple. Has a goal. Most of the time it doesn't 100% align with us. And because of that, it ends up driving a rift between us. Also, hi.
Hi. Here, try this.
Sure.
And she puts down 3 glasses. There are no tea leaves or tea stems in it, sorry. It's an orange drink of some sort. There's ice, so it's a cold drink.
Orange ice drink?
She'll